Well, welcome to this. This is the fourth time of we're trying to record this message this morning with different interruptions at the front door. Uh, Welcome to you. I hope this finds you well. I hope I get through it on this take. This is our next very short reading and Bible reflection to accompany our communion service on Wednesday the 9th of December. So, a very short Bible reading. This is from Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 to the end. These are words that Jesus spoke. He says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Now, I think these verses are what everyone needs to hear at this time. Jesus saying that those who are weary and burdened can find rest. I would imagine that this is a global need at the moment within the pandemic. We are all tired and worn down by events. Now, this is a short reading and very well-known words of Jesus, but what do they really mean? What it doesn't mean is a get out of jail card when we each face difficult times. There is no magic wand, and these are difficult times that we face. But what is an offer of peace, of wholeness in body, mind, and spirit that Jesus offers each of us as we do something in response. Peace is what Jesus offers. He says elsewhere in the Bible, "My peace I give you." It is a peace that the world cannot give. It is deep. It affects you mentally, spiritually, and it trickles down into you physically too. That's the offer that Jesus places before us. So, come to me. This is to acknowledge that we need to encounter Jesus. We need to know him. There is an encounter to be had. There is a transaction that then can take place. Encounter Jesus and rest for your soul can be given. How do we come to do that? How can we encounter Jesus? Today, through reading his story in the Bible, today, through encountering his Holy Spirit. These are two things together that enable us to encounter him today. We can encounter Jesus wherever his story is being told and enacted. So within a church community, be that liturgically, be that in positive action towards one another, so we encounter something of Jesus. And as we encounter him, we can respond. Now, if we bump into someone in the street, we say something, don't we? We respond to that encounter. However we encounter Jesus, however we bump into him, we have to say something in response. That response is either us accepting the positive nature of that encounter or to rebuff that. Now, to respond positively to Jesus is, as he suggests in this reading, to take his yoke upon us. Now, this is a farming image that he uses of an older cattle being yoked to a younger cattle with a piece of wood placed upon their necks, which enables the younger cattle to learn how to plough a field from the older cattle, to share the load of the plough between them. Now, from that image, we can see that effort is needed on behalf of the younger cattle. This is teamwork, and it is in teamwork that purpose is found and that load is shared, and actually that rest can be given in ploughing. In being yoked to Jesus' story, he is saying something of finding purpose in life, of finding rest, of learning within life of how to do that. And we can do that in making that part of the story our own story. In learning from Jesus' story, we can find peace, purpose, rest for a weary, disgruntled, restless soul. That's why this verse is not a get out of jail free card. We still need to be active at our work, and we are yoked. To find that rest that Jesus offers needs us to learn from him as we plough with him. This is us going through life with God. It needs us to take something of his story, of Jesus' story, on for ourselves, to know the story of God's love and to live it out as much as we possibly can. It is as we do that that we begin to find deep rest for our souls, as Jesus terms it. Now, modern psychologists and sociologists talk about resourcing the immanent self, that's the inner self. That's actually what's behind a lot of self-help material that you can find in the high street bookshelves. And you can see there's a huge market for that. And you can find many people taking on those different stories for themselves and trying to find a deep peace for themselves. So actually what Jesus is asking for us, many people try to do for themselves in different ways. This is not culturally different to what many people in our day and age are trying to do, except I would suggest that the peace Christian people take on from this story is far deeper. It is far more profound. Again, to return to the verses from John's Gospel, it is a peace that the world cannot give. It is peace given from the Creator himself, Creator of the world. That is what is being offered to us here by Jesus. Now, this is no quick fix, but as we learn from Jesus, which we are told is not a heavy weight of burden that we need to carry, rather taking his story on has a certain lightness to it. And as we do that, we do find a deep sense of peace within the world and with all the hope that Jesus offers us. This is the experience of Christians over many centuries, and it is the experience still of Christians today. So how are you doing in taking Jesus' story on for yourself today? This truly is a demanding time in life, isn't it? There are real health fears, and there are economic fears too. Yeah, I believe that if Jesus were to say this in our day and age, he would be saying exactly the same. The same offer of hope would be there, of rest for the weary soul is there for us. Like I said, it doesn't take away the challenges of the moment. There is no get out of jail free card on offer here. But as we take on Jesus' story for ourselves, we can find a deep peace for the soul, which can support us through these challenging times. How are you doing in trusting Jesus' story? If you are in need of deep peace today, I actually think that so many people are in need of that. Try turning afresh to this story today. Listen to the story, take it deeply within you, reflect on it. You may want to pray these verses for yourself today. Hold these in prayer as you journey through the day, because these are words that Jesus says. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your soul. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. May that be your experience today and as you journey on through life at this difficult time.